everybody, it's Talia Rose and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. So I've got a very different video today. I'm only doing this video because I watched a lot of these videos when I was doing my research, and I just wanted to do my own video just to give my opinion on this object. So yeah, obviously by the title you will have seen this video is a review on the Sony ZV-1 camera. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, it's the ZV-1 vlog camera. I'm literally not a camera expert at all. I am such like an amateur when it comes to technology and things like that, but I do YouTube, so I have the slightest bit of knowledge on certain cameras, and I just know what I like and what works, and yeah, basically I know like the basic amount about cameras. But I just thought it might be helpful to some of you if you're similar to me and you really don't know which camera to go for and you're a bit lost whether to go for like the sort of Canon sort of camera or a Sony. I just thought I would do my opinion and my review. Again, like I say, this is my opinion, so it's not like the be all end all. This is just my opinion and my experience with certain cameras and what I prefer. So yeah, these are all my opinions, and don't take what I say as literal because yeah, it is my opinion. I recently got the Sony ZV-1 camera for my birthday, so that was a couple of weeks ago now, so it is very brand new, and it is, yeah, my new baby, which I am obsessed with. So I am currently filming on the camera, so I'll do a little video. Because I don't know how else I'm going to show you this camera, so I'll video in my phone. So yeah, this is what it looks like. It obviously has the flip out screen to the side, which is obviously very different to the Canon, and you also have a little red light there which tells you when it's recording, which I absolutely love, obviously filming these sort of videos, just to double check that you are actually filming, because sometimes you can't see like from a distance. If you're looking at it from a distance, you can't necessarily see if you are filming. So yeah, that red light is really handy. I've also got this little sound, I don't know what the actual word is for that, but it's obviously to like help with vlogging outside, if there's any like sort of wind or anything, and the camera normally picks up on that, so it kind of stops that from happening and makes the sound quality so much better. And this actually comes with the camera, so I'll show you the box and stuff in a second, but yeah, I just thought I would show you the camera and what it actually looks like. So yeah, that is what I'm filming on today, because obviously it's my new baby, so I wanted to film on it. So I can only go off my experience, and I have had a Canon G7x for, how long did I have it for? Like a year and a half, I want to say. However, you're gonna have to bear with me because this camera is actually broken. So I mean, that in itself says a lot about the Canon, but yeah, so my Canon G7x, if you've watched my channel for a while, you'll know I went on holiday with my friends and took this camera with me, and on the plane landing there, the screen fell off, like completely snapped off. So I wanted to obviously vlog that holiday, and that is how my camera was left. So I didn't get to vlog the holiday. I did, but I filmed it on my phone, which I wasn't particularly happy about. So I did have the Canon G7x, this is what it looks like. Obviously, excuse the fact that it no longer has a screen on the back, but you can get this sort of gist of what it's like. Now this camera, I won't lie, was a great camera. Like whilst I had it, it was a great camera. But again, me being the perfectionist, I did have a few faults with it. So I will put in a clip of what the Canon looks like. I do have like a clip from holiday that I took. I think I've still got like the original footage from a holiday that I went on, and I did like a get ready with me on that holiday. So I'll insert little bits of footage so you can see the sort of quality difference between this camera and then obviously the Canon. Yeah, I've also put my jewellery on. Earrings are from Shein. Necklace is Anna Louisa. I very barely take this necklace off. It's literally like part of me now. And rings and stuff from mixture of places. Yeah, this is a great camera. The focus on it is one of the things that really lets it down. So this camera is so good with focus. Like, so if I like go to show you this, it focuses straight away. Whereas the Canon would take an age to focus. Like, you'd have to tap on the screen, and yeah, it just wasn't a great camera for focus. Although the focus was great when it actually did eventually focus, but it did take a while, and it's a bit frustrating if you're filming videos like makeup videos, or you know, and you're showing things, or clothing, and you're showing little bits, and it's a little bit frustrating when the focus keeps going. Whereas this camera seems to track my every move. Like, I come in and out and it's in focus. It's incredible. Another thing with this camera is obviously the screen flips up, so it would look like this. This has a flip out to the side, which I actually really prefer. It obviously gives a lot more room at the top for the little sound thing, so I can still see. I need to know what that name is. I'm just gonna call it a sound muffler, okay? So obviously the sound muffler's at the top, and if the screen was at the top, you wouldn't really be able to see much of the screen if this was like a Canon. Having the flip out to the side just gives it so much room at the top. You can actually put like a external mic, and you can clip that onto the top as well, which would be incredible. Again, you've got the room to do that because this camera has the flip out to the side. Also, the camera, if I quickly film, the screen actually flips so that the screen is inside, so you won't scratch the screen, which I think is so good. It's so clever, because obviously if you're vlogging and you've got it in your bag or you've got it in your pocket, you don't want things to sort of bang against it and scratch it or scratch the screen. So it's so clever that it all tucks away, and I just find it so fascinating and amazing. So I'll quickly show you how that works. So this is the Sony and the screen. So all you do to turn the screen is, so you can either flip this back like this. Obviously if you're filming this way, you can keep the screen that way, but when I turn it off, I just flip the screen. How am I going to do this one-handed? So the screen actually twists like this, and then you can flip it that way, and then it turns off, so that you can put it in your bag or your pocket and it won't affect the screen. Nothing can get scratched or damaged, and yeah, I just think that's amazing. Also, this little microphone thing comes off, so this is the microphone for the camera. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Also, with a Canon, from when I bought this camera, I heard you could hear like this sound inside, and obviously because the mic is internal, you could kind of hear the camera working. So like obviously you could hear it focus, and you could hear like a in the background. And if I do insert a clip, I'll insert like the sound as well, so you can hear what it sounded like. I'll use that. I very barely take this necklace off. It's literally like part of me now. This camera is so much clearer. Like, you can hear the sound so much better in this camera, I think. Compared to the Canon, I just could hear this strange sound in the background, and I did Google it, and it said it was like a very common thing in the Canon camera that they had this like sound in the background, and there was literally nothing that they could do to fix it. So it was a bit of a bummer when I googled that, and I was like, I can't even get it fixed. Another thing is the screen. So obviously this is the end of its life, and this is how it happened, because they basically have these little part attaches to the camera, and they had the tiniest little screw which was attaching the screen to the camera, which already is like petrifying, because if you saw the size of these screws, they're absolutely minute, so you don't even really know if one falls out. Like, these little holes here were where the screws were. So basically what happened to my camera is the screws fell out, and they're quite hard to get hold of. I think you had to like order them off eBay, which I never ended up doing. And they also have this ribbon, which that ribbon is basically what attaches to the camera, and that is basically what held the camera together. That snaps, end of story, bye bye camera, basically. And that's what happened to me on the plane. So, but with the Sony, it's all like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's not got them tiny little screws. So the Canon is very well known for breaking like that, whereas the Sony isn't. So that's also like a tick, big tick from me, because I don't want to risk my camera just breaking on me like that again, because it was terrifying. It was awful. So obviously I've only had the Sony for a couple of weeks, but already the sound, the quality, the focus, everything on this camera, I feel like you'll be able to see is just so much clearer, so much better. I've used my phone now for filming for quite a while. So this is the iPhone 14, so you will have seen the quality of the camera, but I will quickly film a little bit for you so you can see the quality of this camera and the sound. So this is the iPhone 14 quality and sound. I actually think this is a really, really good camera, but compared to the Sony, I just don't think it even compares. But yeah, that is the iPhone 14. I think the quality on the iPhone is incredible. It's better than the Canon, I would say. Yeah, I'm just going to put that out there. I think it's better than the Canon. It's just the sound for me on the iPhone just doesn't quite sound the same. But I feel like if out of all three, if you're going to go for phone, Canon or Sony, I would put Sony at the top, then I would put the iPhone, then I would put the Canon, which I never thought I would say. So obviously I've got the Sony now and I've still got the box, so I could show you all what the box is like. I think I've got the Canon box somewhere, but literally couldn't tell you where it was. So it comes in a very small little compact box. You can also get like a little handheld tripod that comes with it, and you can buy that separate, which is like an extra £100 or something. It's something ridiculous, which I was like, I don't need that. Definitely not necessary. But it comes with like a handhold tripod that you've got like a little record button on there, that you've got like a focus button on there and stuff. I'm not entirely sure because obviously I don't have that. This is the box that I got. And obviously it comes with the camera, it comes with the little sound muffler, and then it comes with all of this, which is like, I don't even know, like documents that I'm gonna keep. Yeah, you've got all sorts in there. So yeah, it came with the sound muffler, and then it came with this little charger. So that's another thing with the Sony, is it doesn't come with a battery charger. It just comes with this little wire, so you can just plug it into like a plug and do it that way, which I kind of don't like. That is one thing I don't like about it. It comes with one battery, and then yeah, it just comes with this. Luckily I did used to have a Sony camera, so I already have like a little battery pack charger, and I think you can charge about 4 batteries in that, and I do already have some spare batteries as well. So maybe that's worth purchasing if you're going to be like a vlogger, or you do a lot of YouTube videos, or you're filming quite a lot on the go and you need like a few batteries at a time. I would suggest buying a few extra and buying like a battery pack. I think you can get them on like Amazon or somewhere like that, but I would say it's one downfall, whereas the Canon comes with like a proper battery charger. And yeah, I just think the Sony could have done that, but each to their own. At the minute the Sony is a little bit more expensive than the Canon. I think I got mine on Amazon and I think it's around the 500 mark. I want to say it's more like towards 600 at the minute, and the Canon I think is just 500 at the minute. I could be completely wrong, but yeah, they're both similar in price. So I would say I'd go for the Sony. If I'm like advising you to get a camera, I would go for the Sony. Depends what you want it for, but just with how this broke, so I had this like a 1.5 years and it broke in like a 1.5 years. Obviously eventually I would have had to have gone and got the Canon fixed. So I mean obviously I haven't had the Sony for as long, but just from reviews and people's experience with both cameras, the Canon is most likely to break. So that's just my opinion on it, really. Yeah, there's so many good qualities about the Sony. Obviously I haven't had it a long time, but just the quality of it is enough for me. Like, that sells the camera to me, how clear it is and how it blurs the background. I don't really know, they do have a few settings on there, but I haven't really discovered any of the other settings. I think I've got it on like intelligent auto at the minute, just because it like focuses very quickly, but I don't actually know any of the other different settings that you can have it on. I also find that it just makes your skin look flawless. Like, my face looks like it has no like bumps or texture or anything. It really like smooths your face, and I know that you can put like a smoothing filter on there as well on top of this, which I just think is crazy, but I haven't discovered that yet. Like I said, I haven't had the camera long, so I know that you can do that and like smooth your face, which is incredible. But like I say, I already think it smooths my face so much. So yeah, like I say, I'm not an expert in technology, cameras, anything like that. I'm a complete beginner with all of this stuff. Let me know in the comments if there's any more questions that you've got about the camera, or if you want to see like a part 2 to this video, or talk about cameras a little bit more, because this is very different for me. I don't really talk about technology on my channel. But yeah, if you've got any sort of questions, then let me know in the comments and I'll definitely get back to you. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was helpful for at least one of you. I know I find these videos really helpful, so yeah, I really hope I helped at least one of you. But if you enjoyed, definitely give it a massive thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That would mean so much to me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.